Okay, this is the deal. This is just the way that it is. A lot of this has to relate to the fact is most people don't understand how money and wealth really work. So therefore, they get mad at you if you get a lot of it. Okay? And this is something you're just going to have to deal with. Now, it's good to know about this ahead of time. Okay? But if you don't have a plan to deal with this, you might be subconsciously blocking yourself from making wealth. Consciously, you might be trying your darndest, but not realizing that you might be self-sabotaging yourself. You might be self-sabotaging if you haven't come to grips with this. How am I going to deal with it when this happens? Because it will happen, okay? Some of the things that I've heard and that you will hear is, oh, he's changed. She's changed. They're different now. They're different now. You know, I liked them better when blah. I get this with everything. When I first became a vegetarian about 8 years ago, people tell me all the time, oh, Jason, I really loved you when you would eat that big fat burger. You know, you were so fun. We just go down and eat a steak or whatever. Like, okay, you're mad because I can't relate to you in that one specific way anymore, right? Not the fact that you're not happy that I'm trying to positively change my lifestyle. It's not why. You're mad because I'm different than you, okay? We were once the same, and now we are different. And you have to reflect on your own decisions and why you ended up where you ended up and I ended up where I ended up, and you have to come to grips with it. And you can either accept it or you can play the blame game. And unfortunately, most people play the blame game. The smart ones, they love you for it. They see what you did. They're happy. But not everybody's smart, unfortunately. Yeah, and Vivian says a really good point. You know, when Oprah lost all that weight, a lot of people got pissed off about it. And what happened? She ended up gaining it all back and then some. So Oprah's not impervious to these problems. Okay, but you'll get that. You'll get the greed part. Remember when that person talked about greed earlier? Okay, let me pose a scenario for you. Can you be poor and greedy? Some of the greediest people I know are poor. Some of the greediest people I know are poor and have never been rich. On the other hand, some of the most generous people I know are wealthy. Consider this. Bill Gates has given more money away than the sixth richest person in the world has made. Let me say that again. Bill Gates has given more money away than the sixth richest person in the world has made. Okay? So greed has nothing to do with money. Okay? I know people who will steal the last chocolate bar from their children who are on welfare and always have been on welfare. They're greedy. That's greed. Okay? And a lot of other things. Okay? So greed has nothing to do with money. Okay? And I'll tell you what, if it did, if greed was one of the requisites for becoming wealthy, then there would be a lot less wealthy people in this world because greed typically makes you poor. Okay? Greed is when people say, oh man, I made all this money over here, now I'm going to take it and throw it all into the real estate market, which I know nothing about, and become broke 4 years later. Okay? Greed is usually self-corrected in the marketplace. It's like, that's not an issue really, okay? And then the other one, taking advantage of other people, all right? I don't know if you've ever heard me refer to this before. When I talk about capitalism, the definition of capitalism is capitalizing off of other people's resources. I say that, and I proudly say that. I don't see a negative implication with that statement. Capitalism is capitalizing off of other people's resources. Where's the negative implication in that? There's only a negative implication to that if you think of negative scenarios where you could do that. Okay? But if you're thinking of negative scenarios where you can do that, and that's like what keeps coming to your mind, then where is your mind at? Right? Okay? And my favorite one, not everyone can have it as nice as you. And again, I say, isn't that wonderful? Okay? If everybody had it exactly the same, what kind of life would we be living? So these are some of the ways that I understand and deal with this issue, and already prepped myself to deal with it before it even happened, because I knew becoming wealthy was going to be an eventuality for me. So I said, well, when I get there, I better know what to do with these kind of things. All right? And you should know what to do with them. Well, once you clear this up and become congruent with it, then it's easy to be harmonious both with your conscious and your unconscious to move more rapidly to the wealth goal. And I know we're espousing philosophy right now, and you may disagree with some of it, and that's completely fine. We don't have to agree with everything. But this is the philosophy. You have to develop your own to shape your wealth so you're congruent with it. Soon we will get into exact techniques to hone your personal development. Okay, so like I was saying, you have to come up with your own personal philosophy. One of my favorite ones that I developed is this: since they'll bite the hands that feed them, I'll make sure to wear some nice gloves. Okay? Since they'll bite the hands that feed them, I'll make sure to wear some nice gloves. Yeah, that's all you can really do about it, all right? But I will not let someone with a poor understanding of wealth affect my personal decisions, and nor should you. That should be the backbone of your philosophy. Do not let somebody with a poor understanding of wealth affect your personal decisions.